Hello everyone, this is Persephone and this is content that I'm so excited to finally be able to share with you because I have the time. Today I'm going to guide you through the process of manifesting your celebrity crush. It doesn't matter who that person is, if they are famous, if they are a K-pop idol, if they are the one that got away from high school, we can manifest them. This is a method that I came up with, I tested it on myself, and you can get anything you want pretty much. I know it sounds like too good to be true, but if you sit with me through the video, you will see what I mean. Before we start, I want to remind you to please subscribe and share if you like my content, because this channel is still not monetized and I don't like making volunteer work for YouTube. The content should be free for you, but YouTube should be paying me, So before we get into the idea of manifestation, I'm going to tell you that 99% of the things that you read and watch online about manifestation are garbage, that they don't work. The first rule about manifestation, before we do anything, is we do not talk about manifestation. The fact that you clicked on this video and you want to manifest your celebrity crush is going to stay between you and me. You don't share it with anybody else. The reason for that is that a very big factor that goes against manifestation is curses or negative energy from other people or envy. That if you, let's say, have a friend that they are weaker spiritual than you, they're not as advanced, and you tell them, oh my god, I found this video and I'm so excited, I'm going to try it, they are going to project all kinds of negative emotions over your goal. We're going to go through a process called reverse engineering in parallel universes that I came up with. Given the fact that we exist in many parallel universes, I'm not going to bother you with the quantum mechanics stuff that we did in college. There is at least one universe where your crush is madly in love with you. That possibility exists. So we're going to travel into that universe, like with our mind, and look from a third person's perspective. So let's say we are in a K-drama type of scenery and your crush saw you at the supermarket, or they saw you at school, or they saw you at work, or they found out your social media, and it was love at first sight. They have a huge crush on you, and you don't know it. They haven't even talked to you, but they're so crazy about you that they turn into K-pop stan level of crazy. They decide, despite everyone else being against it, like their manager, their best friend, their fans, that they're going to be pissed, they decide that tomorrow, let's say 9 hours from now, I like 9 because it's one of the strongest magical numbers. Tomorrow they are going to announce that you're the love of their life, and they're going to travel to come to your house and ask you to date them in public. So you're sleeping in your bed, you have no idea, and all of a sudden someone rings your doorbell and it's your idol, and behind them there are around 1,000 paparazzis, and behind them there are around 10,000 mad fans. Would your reaction to that scenario be, wow, yes, I'm so ready for something like that, I'm so happy? Or your reaction, holy shit, like my life is ruined, I'm going to die out of embarrassment? If the answer is not ready at all, that is the first challenge that you need to tackle with your manifestation. The more horrified this scenario is making you feel, the further apart your current frequency is from the frequency of your idol. And if those two frequencies are not in the same wavelength, the effect of the meeting is going to be disastrous. The first step to manifesting your celebrity crush is making a very, very objective evaluation of your current state. Where are you right now? Like a third person's perspective. You see yourself in that parallel universe. That's why I'm using the parallel universe, because it puts us into the position of the observer. Where are you? What are you doing? The compound effect is actually a self-development idea that works in spirituality, and it means that small, tiny changes done consistently over time can have a massive effect in a few months or a few years' time. For example, let's say you want to lose weight, and let's say you have 2 more friends who want to lose weight, and you decide that all of you are going to try together, but you're not going to use the same method. The first friend is one of the many people that I see in my life that they go through extremes. So they try to change their frequency violently in a very fast way, in a very abrupt way. So they subscribe to a subreddit about fasting. There is some crazy subreddit where people don't drink water for 3 days and some other extremely abusive stuff I don't even recommend. And they start going through that. And obviously, because this is just self-abuse, it fails. But we are now at the stage where we're on the first stage of this experiment. So they try to do that. The second friend tries to do the more mainstream way of diet and exercise. So again, they try to change their frequency too much. They get a diet schedule that requires a lot of cooking, and you know that they're not going to like cooking. They just want to do it for only negative reasons, like their why is negative, that they have health problems, the doctor told them, or their mom makes fun of them, or something like that. And then it's you. And you're going to be using the compound effect that the other people are not going to be using. You're going to decide that one time every day, you're going to cut down on only one drink. Like if you drink 3 cans of soda, you're going to drink 2 and then mineral water or sparkling water. Or if you drink juice that is full of sugar, you're going to switch to something that is natural or has stevia or something like that, a healthier alternative. Then you're going to pick up my app that helps you actually get points and win awards when you walk, that I have it. I think it's going to be somewhere in the comments. I'm getting paid to promote it, but it's worth it. And you're going to start walking as much as you can every day, even if it's like 1,000 extra steps. And then you are going to be trying to, instead of, let's say, going to Starbucks to buy coffee every day, to just buy all of the fancy stuff that you need and make your own coffee at home with the Starbucks equipment. This at first is going to feel like you aren't really doing anything. People are going to even call you out, that you're lackluster, and it's going to be thankless at first. But if we jump again in that parallel universe 9 months down the road, your friend who did the fasting has completely ruined their metabolism. Your other friend that was trying to do mainstream diet and exercise and they didn't have a strong motivation, they slipped back to old habits, and you have lost at least 20 pounds. So imagine applying that mindset when it comes to improving your frequency to meet your celebrity crush. That you are going to have to start doing all the tiny but effective changes done day in and day out, that if we go back to that first image of the door opening and paparazzis being behind your idol and crazy fans being behind them, you look great, you have great pajamas on like in K-dramas, your career is on track, whatever you want fixed is going to be fixed, and you open the door with confidence. Many people think that manifestation is going to happen by some massive incident like winning the lottery or by sitting down and feeling good. In fact, every person that I've watched manifesting and everything that I've manifested myself happened thanks to the compound effect, to tiny changes, day in and day out, done with consistency. A lot of people have forgotten consistency because, like I said earlier, it feels so thankless. It feels like you don't really progress. So your brain doesn't get any dopamine from it. It feels that the frequency is stuck, you're stuck. People around you, if you've made the grave mistake of talking to them, make fun of you, and nothing gets done. Now, let's go back to the idol situation in the parallel universe. You have fixed your weight, you have fixed your hair, you have fixed your skin problems, whatever you had. You wear very nice clothing that complements your figure, so your idol asks you out on a date and you say yes. So they wait for you to get dressed and take you out on a date. Their bodyguards and their manager have somehow managed to convince the crazy people to go away, convince the paparazzis to go away by promising them an interview with you. I'm going to come back to this later. So you have your own private car and you are with your idol, and they ask you, where do you want to go and what do you want to do? The more we have in common with the person that we want to be with, the more possible it is to actually end up staying with them and things to work out. So if you want to manifest someone who's passionate about music and you can't read music, you can sing, you don't play musical instruments, and that's like 80% of their career, it's not going to work out well. If you are attracted to someone, like a lot of people that I know who like K-pop idols, so they're these super active people who are dancing and working out and doing all kinds of active stuff, and you hate exercise, it's not going to work out. If you're with someone who is into photography or they make a living out of social media and they take 1,000,000 pictures every day and they want you to be part of it and you don't know how to pose, you never had any interest in photography, it's not going to work out. You have to watch every interview, every TV series or movies or something that they were in, and write down, either on your notepad, like on your laptop, or with a pen and paper, write down the things that they do or the things that they say are important to them. If you see someone and they always date a specific type of person, try to not exactly look like that person. Like, I don't want you to be a copycat or something fake, but if you see things on that person that you can replicate, that they work well on you, go for it. For example, if someone likes women who have very long hair, try to grow your hair longer. Or see what these people do day in and day out. Even if someone doesn't have a public partner, because most celebrities hide their relationships, if someone is posting pictures of themselves swimming every day, chances are they're either going to meet someone in the swimming pool or in the training, or they have already met someone that could be their instructor. So try to involve yourself into this kind of activity. If your why is strong enough, you can tackle any how. You're going to find the how, even if it takes many, many efforts. Failure is the mother of success. So, to summarize the video so far, after you have reverse engineered the situation where your idol asks you out, and after you use the compound effect, and after you actually try to gather as much information as you can about them and what they like, both the openly said one and the between the lines one, the next step that you need to do is to completely forget about this specific person. Now you're going to say, you're crazy. What kind of manifesting actually includes forgetting the goal? None, right? No. The reason why I'm saying this is because you're not going to actually give yourself amnesia and forget. But if you have been doing everything that I've mentioned this far, your life is going to be so difficult. Let's say you decided to cut coffee and cut sugar and start working out, so it's 7 a.m. and you are on the treadmill waiting to die, listening to a self-development podcast, and it's a topic that you don't even care about, but you know that your idol is interested in it. Or let's say they're Korean and you're trying to learn Korean and it's 7 a.m. and you wish you were dead. You're not going to think about them. Or if you think, if they briefly cross your mind, you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, are you really even worth these sacrifices? This is a very important stage to reach in your mind, because when you do that, you get yourself out of the frequency of deprivation. Like, I'm missing them, I'm longing to be with them, I feel sad because people told me it will never happen. All of these are things that we don't want. But they're also completely normal in human nature when you are on a one-sided crash, because it's some kind of parasocial relationship, you know, we want them, they don't even know we exist, all of that stuff. So because I can't take you from negative to positive, that is too much change in the frequency and it can build, again, catastrophic effects, we have to go from negative to indifferent. And the more you love someone, the more you need the survival level of indifference. I'm just trying to get through the day, hopefully one day I'll meet them, I don't know, I'm too busy trying not to die right now, ask me later. Stage 4 is going to be called keeping your options open. What do I mean by that? Everyone who is someone in this era has social media. So you are also going to have social media if you don't already have them. But not just you, the new, improved, I'm manifesting whatever I want in my life you. Not only we shouldn't completely rule out the possibility of your idol finding you on social media, but also because that's the right thing to do. You need to build a name for yourself in whatever you're passionate about doing. The side effect of all this though is that if you have this type of presence on social media and in real life, you're going to actually be approached by other type of people as well. People that you never even thought they're going to approach you. By keeping your options open, I mean that sometimes the person we thought we were destined to be with is not necessarily that person. Some other times it is. I'm just saying, keep yourself open to possibilities and treat the new people that they're going to actually reach out to you for whatever reason with kindness and respect, and get information about them before you actually decide what you're going to do with them, if you're going to be friends with them, if you're going to collaborate with them, if you're going to reject them, if you're going to date them. Just decide about each person after careful examination. In most cases, especially celebrities, they're not going to just date random people because they're very guarded, because they have tons of psychos around them trying to get to them. In many cases, they're going to meet a friend of a friend or a common friend on social media. Let's say some person sends you a friend request and you accept it, and then that person is actually the celebrity's friend and you pop up in the recommendations. Some things like that can happen, have actually happened with celebrities. So every person who is actually reaching out to you has the potential, small potential, but still important enough to be mentioned, to be the special person that connects you to the celebrity. Or it could even be the celebrity from a fake account. So in that case, you behave as the type of person that you're going to ask yourself, if there were paparazzi around, or if this was going to be screenshotted and shared on Twitter tomorrow, like my behavior, what I wrote to this person, would I be okay with it? If you have done all that and you continue to put yourself in the right path, over time, habits will form. The process is going to become easier and easier and easier, and the right people will start manifesting into your life. Of course, if the person is famous or a celebrity or anything, and you want to go to a fan meet, or you want to go to a concert, or you want to go to an event where they're there, you can still go. But you're not just going to go like the desperate fan who has nothing going anymore. You're going to go as someone who is also somebody in their field or somebody in something. And the more sociable you are, the more people you know, the more people you have that they can introduce you to someone, the more that increases the possibilities. Okay, so I want you to not give up. I want you to close your eyes and your ears to all the misinformation and all of the pain and all of the heartbreak that comes with it. And remember one last thing. When the crucial time comes, not that I'm in the crazy parallel universe, but after you have done all the work in this universe and you cross paths, you should never, ever, ever treat them like a fan and a celebrity crush. You should treat them like a normal person treats another normal person. That's extremely attractive. And at the end of the day, they're humans just like you and me.